Welcome once again to the next session of 10th edition of the Elets Knowledge Exchange Summit. We had a very eventful first half today. In the program inaugural, we are blessed by the presence of Mr. Suresh Prabhu, who gave a keynote address on the governance innovations. And in the first half also, there was an industry partner from SAP India. And now we move on we take the discussions forward. And we have with us once again an industry partner again from SAP India. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan. Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan is the Director for Government Affairs, SAP India, and SAP India has been very closely involved in Government of India's mission of digital transformation. If I talk of the 21st century India, if I talk of the new India, any mission or any vision of transformation cannot be possible without technology. So SAP India is one of those front-running organizations which are helping our organizations not only in India but globally in the digital transformation. Mr. Tulsidharan comes with a vast experience in leadership engagement, and in the role of Director for Government Affairs, he covers engagements related to key policies of Government of India and the important programs and initiatives. Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan provides support to SAP's strategic engagements by driving thought leadership activities. Tulsidharan brings in 3 decades of wide-ranging experience in the information technology and telecom services sectors in India. He has an extensive track record of driving strategic engagement in e-governance space. He has an active exposure and knowledge in areas like core networks, mobile, IoT, data security, among other host of other qualities. So Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan will take over what SAP India has technical solutions SAP India has for the India's digital transformation. Over to you, Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon, eminent guests, speakers, panelists, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good opportunity for us to actually share our thoughts on digital transformation, and I'm going to be keeping it to the MSME sector to start with in this presentation. As we all know that MSME sector is one of the important pillars of the Indian economy and has been one of the most talked about sectors over the last few years, especially in the last 1 year. And we very clearly feel that improving performance of Indian SMEs through digitization is a great opportunity in current times, especially that's got accelerated due to the current scenario where we all are under unprecedented times of COVID. So I think that's the subject, and it's an important area for all of us to really look at and probably grow. Now, if you really look at it, recognized as the engine of Indian economy, as I said, MSME sectors demand that we keep a laser-sharp focus and introduce strategies and policies to enable them to revive and bring back India back on its growth trajectory. I think it's a very important say here what we are trying to share, and I think all of you will agree with me on this. Now, really I'm sharing my thoughts on some of the slides here. I just put my thoughts on the slides, and I'm going to be talking about it. Now, this is one slide which talks about MSME sector in India, its importance, challenges, and trends. If you really look at it, MSME accounts for 29% of the GDP, 50% of exports, and over 110 million jobs it provides to the Indians. It's a very vast sector for a vast country like India. At a point in time that India reaches the $5 trillion GDP, which is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister and Government of India, MSMEs will have to account for 50% of that GDP and 70% of exports. And this clearly shows that India's growth is determined by performance of this sector. Large enterprises have grown, they have reached the mature stage. It's the sector MSME which has been providing a lot of support to the economy. Unseen has started, people have started to observe, government has started to work on it over the last few years. So I think this is an important sector. Also, when you really look at current growth projections, the $5 trillion economy can only happen through massive Indian participation in the global supply chain. And we can see that the sheer variety and number of MSMEs we have, it can become India's competitive advantage and produce giants of the future. Remember the Indian IT services companies in the 90s? They were all in SME level at that point in time, and look where they are today. We don't need to talk about it, actually, we all know about it. Then challenges. Now I see that these challenges, what I'm talking about, in with core issues which are there. They've been there for a while. But all these areas like talent, financing, market, quality, and digitization, we've already always
Mr.
been.
Vishwanathan,
Yeah.
Mr. Vishwanathan, can you please make it full screen so that it is more
Oh,
legible? Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
Now it's fine.
Yes. Now it's
Thanks.
perfect. Please go ahead.
Okay. So now, challenges, as I was saying, that these challenges have existed all this while, but only thing is, challenges like talent, financing, market, quality, and digitization, they've been worked upon over the years, and the challenges keep coming because India is a vast country. There is a growth. There are more and more youths. There are more and more MSMEs coming into play. There's more and more entrepreneurship. So it's not anything which is unseen. Yes, we are growing, and hopefully all these challenges, the threshold will cross very soon, and probably these some of these may not be challenges going forward, but it's good to have these challenges every time so that we can keep improving and keep growing to the next step. Then trends equip MSMEs to be become self-reliant. I think this is a very regularly used word these days. And government focus areas, as we all know, is basically going into robust supply chain, technology-driven systems, better quality products and services, and above all, talent development. Talent is one area which actually is very important because that gives something to talk about, people start to realize, and digital adoption happens because of that, and the next steps happen based on that. Now, opportunities for Indian MSME sector. Now, again, I would like to highlight a few points here. As I thought, I put these points down. MSMEs contribute to bulk of employment in India, especially in the manufacturing and export sectors, and are considered the most important pillar of the Indian economy. The role of technology and digitalization for MSMEs is all the more important for growth of the sector, and we are seeing it happening, and we will see that this speeds up even further. One of the challenges in adoption of digital solution, this is a very important point actually, is awareness of SMEs about the availability of such solutions. Till recently, SMEs were not even aware that there are solutions which are available, tailored for them, whether it is the ERP, whether it is any platform. They were not aware, but the awareness around technology solutions need to be increased. And over the past few years, it's happening through seminars, summits, conferences like this one. So I think it's all the more important to keep talking to them and talking to the clusters. Providing global access to MSMEs and the access to low technology solutions. Again, this point actually it's being taken to SMEs and clusters. There are associations working with them, and this is an opportunity to work with the government in making these solutions available. And I think industry, SAP, we are working with the government to do that. Role of global technology leaders like SAP could be important in terms of to support Indian SMEs towards self-reliant India. And I think the Atmanirbhar Bharat program launched by Government of India for SMEs is a great opportunity for this collaboration and work towards achieving what we are actually looking at. Last but not the least, I would say there are so many programs which have been launched by the government over the last 1 year and during the COVID times. I would like to just highlight one of them. Actually, there are many such programs, many such things for the SMEs being announced. Government of India has given 100% credit guarantee for banks and NBFCs giving loans to SMEs. I think it is a great opportunity, and people and the SMEs, the industry, the government, I think we have to really drive this well and use this program effectively to grow. No need of the hour for the SME sector. I think this again a thought which I try to put on the slide here. Government has done a lot to improve liquidity and enhance supply side capabilities. However, three questions will need to be looked at for the sector to really perform, and everyone is working on that, surely. How can access be given to global demand? Very important, actually. That's the growth area we are looking at. What needs to be done to infuse technology into the sector so that the global demands can be effectively served? The regulatory and technology shifts are naturally driving higher labor productivity. Where will the jobs come for the Indian workers? It's a larger thinking. But workforce for the new world SMEs, how, where? The answer is very simple. Reskilling, career building of workforce will be welcome job creators here. It's happening. Good, it's happening for a past half a decade. Last half a decade was actually spent on this. Then change in business models and the explosion of e-commerce, new types of jobs are coming into existence. I think the common requirement will be digitally literate workforce, a digitally literate society. I think this is something which we are really working on. Everyone is working towards that, and we are achieving also. And I think India adopts things very quickly. And one of the recent examples over the last couple of decades is the mobile. The kind of penetration we got once we start to leapfrog actually into the next era, next stage. Now, I'll sum all this into the narrative for the new normal. MSMEs, as we all know, are absolutely critical to India's rapid recovery and its aspiration to become the second largest economy by 2030. When, as I mentioned earlier, also when the economy touches the 5 trillion mark, they will be delivering 50% of the GDP, 45% of employment, and 75% of exports. For this to happen, MSME will have to start producing high quality goods and market them at competitive prices. Leveraging economies of scale and technology driven innovations are actually something which we have to support them to ensure they actually take our support to grow into this. We have to drive this and help them grow. And I think with this, with our best breed of best of breed and best of suite business cloud portfolios, and coupled with co-innovation, we feel that we are in a good position to support, and we are very happy supporting it, and we'll continue to do that. Now, I would like to get into digital transformation, which is a very important pillar, actually, if you really look at it. And maybe I'll take a minute to explain what we have been doing in the last 7 or 8 months, and also previously to that. I'll just take a minute on that. We've been working very closely with the government for the past 5 to 6 years. As the government shared their vision about digital India, Make in India, Skill Up India, uh, uh, so we actually started to line up with that and started to work with the government. And we did structure a lot of MOUs where we felt that skilling is an important aspect. So we've been working in the skilling aspects with multiple departments and ministries of the government over the past 5 to 6 years. And during in June of last year, we actually created a global Bharat program, and this Global Bharat program is on three pillars: skilling, digital transformation, and global market access. All these three pillars are clearly in line with what the government's vision is. And we are very happy to have launched this program in the presence of our Honorable Minister for MSME, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji. So now when we talk about this program, the skilling actually supports digital transformation, youth available, and MSMEs actually start to think about technology, and they feel how easy it is, how it is available, and they adopt. And when technology adoption happens and you have quality products, you have good processes, then you start looking for markets. And the third pillar, which we are talking about, is market access. That comes into play. So all these three pillars are very well integrated. Now, coming to digital transformation, which is an important pillar, which actually integrates the other two pillars here. Now, what is digital transformation? It's simple: the adoption of digital technology to transform services of business through replacing non-digital or manual processes with digital processes, obviously, or replacing older digital technology with newer digital technology. This is what Wikipedia says, and I think it's a very simple statement, but has a lot of impact when we really look at it from an MSME perspective today. Now, I have made this slide thinking that there are two things to be done actually. You need to have focus on one side, and you need to have tools to drive that focus. I think I've tried to sum this slide in a particular way. I hope I can communicate on this. Now, focus actually has the four P's here, as you're seeing. Product is a key pillar, key focus area. Use of digital technology, we all know, will improve products, services, quality, which is very important for an MSME to grow, become a larger player. And process, technical adoption, and in the entire process would make businesses more efficient. And that's the need of the hour. If you're more efficient, your productivity increases, your quality increases, and you actually define a very good productivity. When you have a good product and a process, what is required? There has to be a perspective, it has to be driven. And use of digital technology again drives this perspective of where you have the core system, you have information, you have real-time information, and you need to take right decisions. So real-time information helps you to take right decisions, and right decisions are something which really grows your business well. And last but not the least, the people. Now all businesses, government, everyone is looking towards, there is a new normal thinking which is there, is you have to look at the experience of the citizen, of the customer, of the stakeholders, internal or external. And I think that's some where technology can actually support it. You have the four P's very effectively understood and placed. At least I understand this very well. And now, what do you require this focus to be translated into what we are looking for? You need to have the right tools to drive the focus. And we have the right tools today. And that's what we are trying to communicate with the SMEs, with the industry at large. We are talking about digital core is available, ERP, which is typically, especially actually designed for SMEs. This is something where the SMEs can start somewhere, use business automation process, efficiency, and all is driven through this. And they can actually seamlessly grow as they grow from a small to a medium, and all medium enterprises have an aspiration to grow still bigger. So I think there is a seamless growth path which is available through digital core technologies which are available. Now, when you are applying technology, obviously there has to be whatever comes out of the core systems is data, which and many similar the things are actually the output which comes, and analytics is required actually to that is your real-time information is generated, and you can actually take informed decisions. Extensibility, now integrated, connected. In the new world, we are talking about emerging technologies also. We are talking about whether it is the services or the manufacturing, you basically have an integrated system, whether you talk about IoT, whether you talk about your applications, whether you talk about various levers within the organization which are working. So there is an integration which is possible, and it is available. Mobility, anytime, anywhere. Now, access has to be anytime, anywhere, because the COVID also has proven that you can work remotely and you can remote work effectively because the systems and infra is available for that. And today, this availability is there. And typically, when you look at the MSME segment, now most of these the organizations here are organizations which are, in terms of number of people working, are small organizations driven by entrepreneurs, and they actually are the people who take decisions. They're always on the move. The leadership of these organizations are on the move, so they need to have access to such technologies where they can take informed decisions anywhere, wherever they are, and the company organization can become more agile and more productive, more efficient. And last but not the least, actually, because SMEs have been always hesitant to actually adopt technology, thanks to the kind of cost involved to create an infrastructure, hire resources, expert resources. But with cloud and with on demand services which are available, you can take one license, grow from there. I think this is something which is again available. Now, tools, if you really look at whether it is a core ERP or whether it is an analytics or extended integration, connect, or mobility or cloud. And these four focus areas actually are well supported. So I think we are in good shape at this moment to take this to the new normal and take it further and grow ourselves to the vision we have created for the 2030 to become the second largest economy or achieve 5 trillion economy quickly. I think I'll move because this is a very important slide. I thought I'll take a little time, which I did. Then transformation. I think I've just put three simple points here. Digital transformation tools are today available and affordable, as I mentioned, to small and medium businesses to bring about change. Digital disruption is here to stay, and smart business leaders will have to invest in digital technology to stay relevant tomorrow. I think it's something which we all talk about today, and this needs to be emphasized. MSMEs that transform their businesses are likely to have digit growth, and less likely to lose revenue. I think this is another important, simple but important thought. I think these three areas which actually say that transformation is something which needs to be had. Now, I'll move to the SAP, how we are working with the government and how we are working with the industry, how we are working with the MSME clusters to drive adoption. Now, let me just give you a minute on the three pillars I was talking about: skilling, digital transformation, and global market access. I think this is one of the important pillars I had mentioned. Now, if you really look at it, we have structured a product. We have a good market in the SMEs. Although SAP is taken to be, and it is one of the, it is actually the largest enterprise solution provider, and everyone talks about enterprise solutions coming from SME from SAP. But SAP also has a market for SME market space. They also work in that space very effectively, and we have a product, and we have been talking about this product in the Indian market for a while, working with the government, actually specifically, especially. And SAP Business One starter package is what we bring to the SMEs today on a program under the Global Bharat. We are talking about greater control for your business. Yes, why not? You can streamline your processes and grow along with it. As I was talking about, you can grow from small to medium, grow your technology. You can grow medium. Medium can aspire to become large. They can grow again seamlessly. Then address requirements of your business, because it has again something with large enterprise solutions have. You have your basic finance, sales, purchase, CRM, and inventory functionality. So this is what a business requires actually to be more structured and more efficient. Then you have decisions for your growth you can take actually, and this is again powered by the SAP HANA. SAP Business One helps you make decisions based on real time. So I think this is an important thing which is actually part of the suite we are putting. Then we are reducing complexity. We're trying to bring in this offered to you on the cloud, and we have offered and managed by our hosting partners. It's hosted by Microsoft. So we are making it very simple for adoption by MSMEs to come on board and start to look at how their technology can help them, and they need not hesitate to get on board. And the cost of what used to be the major factor earlier is no more there. Then I'll just sum up the previous slide. SAP Business One Starter Pack. It talks about, it addresses, as I said, the fundamental requirements with basic finance, sales, purchase, and all functionalities. Then it talks about analytics to take the right decisions, real-time decisions, and it is actually driven by the SAP HANA platform, which gives you insights across financial, sales, customers, and inventory in real time. Last but not the least, this is an important aspect which actually will help. As I was talking about, the owners of SMEs actually are always on the move, because they are the decision makers. They are actually driving the entire decision making with their leadership, and they are very agile, not very large organizations. So this is a mobile app which actually gives you the entire workflow what you have on your laptop or a PC, and you can actually take your calls. You can actually clear. You can take decisions. You can clear workflows, whether for manufacturing or for inventory or for your office sales decisions, and you can actually go ahead and take decisions when you're on the move. I think this product offering is very, very clearly put for the MSMEs in India right now. Now, this is, yes, we are building globally competitive MSMEs. We are trying to work closely with the government, with the industry, with SMEs, with the clusters, with state governments, and trying to build up. And as I was talking to you about creating robust supply chain through our global market access, we have opened up the SAP Ariba platform, which is the largest B2B platform, and it is host to transactions worth $3.2 trillion annually. And we have opened it up. Anyone can actually, any organization, small, medium, micro, can actually register with that and discover, find new buyers, local, national, global, and probably have a look at it. And it's we are not charging for discovery on the Ariba platform. Then workforce skilling. As I was mentioning, that we have tied up, we have on MOUs with various government departments. Though we have been doing under our CSR, our flagship program, the Code Unnati, we have been working on this for past five years, and we have seen a lot of success working with the government and with the private sector partners. And we have, if you really look at the numbers, we have trained up around 1.8 million youths across the country in this period under the core flagship program, CSR program, Code Unnati. And now we have come up with a mobile app, because these times actually we felt that there is a need, quick need to skill a workforce across the country, because everything is in an accelerated mode thanks to COVID. So we have come up with an app, and we have we have mentioned 150 here, but it has grown to 240 plus courses, curriculums which are available on a mobile app. It is available for download. One can easily download. It is available on Android, which is the most popular platform. And we are talking about not only this, we are talking about skilling, soft skilling. We are talking about technology, because anyone who's learning, a youth who's learning, actually needs to communicate what he has learned in the expert area of his. So we have tried to combine and given a 360 view to this, and there are 240 plus courses and curriculums available on this mobile app, very easily accessible. It can be downloaded. And last but not the least, just to ensure that digital transformation happens, it becomes easier for everyone to understand, and it becomes easier to adopt. We have come up for our SME industry, ERP, SAP Business One Starter Pack at under 4,000 per user license, per license per month. And one need not create infrastructure or hire high-tech resources to drive their own thing. Basically, this will allow SMEs to do their job and let others who know their job in terms of trying to drive infra and technology to do their jobs. I think these are the three pillars I was talking about, and this is what we are trying to progress with the Indian MSMEs, and trying to support the government. Now, these are some key partnerships I was always mentioning with the Ministry of Small Medium Enterprises, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Niti Aayog. We are working with NASCOM on their Future Skills program and trying to contribute to that, and with National Small Industries Corporation, working on building up the SMEs. Now, SAP is supporting to build globally competitive MSMEs. Yes, we are trying to contribute as much from our side to ensure that we are working with the government, we are effectively working with the industry to drive this entire vision of the government of India. And I was talking about this launch which happened. Now, this is something which we will continue to work, and we will continue to contribute. Last but not the least, I think we have something called the Growth Matters Forum, a portal which is an exclusive community for MSME business owners. And we would invite the SMEs, the industry, to come and link with this portal. The URL is here. And once you're on the portal, we are trying to see, we can share more information, answer queries, we can talk about technology, we can create forums, discussions. So there'll be a lot of activities for the MSMEs which will support understanding on how Indian and how global markets are moving. And they we feel that they will surely benefit from this entire connect. So we invite them to join this Growth Matters Forum. I conclude here. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. We commit our support in this vision of the government. We commit our support to work with the government to drive the MSME sector, work with the MSME sector to ensure that they grow and India grows and achieves its vision of a 5 trillion economy sooner than later, sooner than expected, and grow to become the second largest economy by. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tulshidharan Vishwanathan. Three pillars of transformation of India's SMEs: skilling, digital transformation, and global access to market. So I think you could not have been more clearer, more focused, and more articulate. You have just summarized the exact issues which are required in these times. How MSMEs can be taken to the next level from here. The skilling, the matching between the industry's requirement and the offerings of the universities, the digital transformation of the same processes, same businesses, and creating global supply chains, global value chains. So wonderful PPT, and I am just admiring that we had a very interesting panel discussion before it, and we were exactly discussing same issues where this is the industry's requirement, this is the government's requirement, and this is the industry's offering, and this is exactly the focus and the target of knowledge exchange platforms like this, which try to bridge the gap between the governance and the industry. What is the industry's USP, and how can the government and the industry collaborate to create the next 21st century New India? So thank you, Mr. Tulshidharan Vishwanathan. You had given a very full presentation on the technological solutions of SAP India. And at the cost of repetition, it could not have been more clearer and more focused. Thank you so much. And we will move on from here to the next panel discussion.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving us this
Shortly.
opportunity to speak with the
Yeah,
forum here.
and
Thank you very much.
yeah, before that, I will request my colleague at the back end to give you the speaker certificate. This speaker certificate is awarded to Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan, Director, Government Affairs, SAP India.
Now,
Thank you so
how do I
much
get to the
for faithfully
screen?
putting.
How do I get to the screen?
You are there on the screen, sir.
Okay, because I'm not able to see anything on the screen, so I have to move away from my
I
presentation.
will, no. You don't have to do anything. I'll once again request my backend team to display the certificate once again before you.
I can't
So
see the, okay.
thank you for this participation, and I'm sure that with companies like SAP India coming forward and with the massive need of SME transformation in India, there is a win-win situation for both the industry as well as for the government. Thank you so much, Mr. Tulsidharan Vishwanathan.
Thank you very much. Thank you
This,
very much. Thank you.
thank you. And with this, we conclude this session.